In a quiet meadow, where the flowers bloomed in bursts of color, lived a little bumblebee named Buzz. Buzz was smaller than most of the other bees, with fuzzy golden stripes and delicate wings that fluttered with a soft hum. He was always told that he was too small to do anything important, too small to fly far, too small to collect enough pollen, and too small to be noticed. Despite the doubts of the other bees, Buzz was determined. Every morning, he zipped through the meadow, visiting flowers of all kinds. He loved the vibrant colors, the sweet fragrance, and the gentle touch of the petals as he hovered close. Though the other bees flew in large groups, Buzz preferred to go alone, feeling that he could make a difference, even if it was just for a single flower. One day, while Buzz was buzzing merrily around a cluster of daisies, a strong wind suddenly blew through the meadow. The trees swayed, the flowers bent, and the clouds darkened. A storm was coming. Buzz knew that the other bees would head to the hive for shelter. They were faster, stronger, and could reach the hive before the rain arrived. But Buzz saw something that made him hesitate. One of the flowers he had visited earlier, a bright sunflower, was still standing tall, its heavy head beginning to droop in the wind. Buzz's heart raced. He knew that without the bees to help the flowers, they would not be able to survive the storm. The sunflower needed help. Now, despite his size, Buzz pushed his tiny wings into action, buzzing quickly toward the drooping flower. The wind howled, and the rain began to fall. But Buzz didn't stop. He flew up to the sunflower, circling around it, searching for a way to help. The flower's large petals were beginning to fold, and its stem bent under the weight of the wind. Buzz remembered something his mother had once told him. Even the smallest bee can make a big difference if they are brave enough. Taking a deep breath, Buzz hovered next to the sunflower's stem. He gently tapped his tiny feet on the flower's center, carefully balancing himself. With all his might, he leaned against the flower's head, trying to steady it. The wind howled even louder, but Buzz didn't give up. Slowly, he pushed the sunflower's head back up, using every ounce of strength he had. His wings were tired, his body was shaking, but he kept going. The rain splattered around him, but he was determined to save the flower. Finally, with one last push, the sunflower's head lifted back up, standing tall against the storm. Buzz, exhausted but triumphant, hovered next to the flower, watching as the rain began to soften. The storm had passed, and the sun was slowly peeking out from behind the clouds. As the other bees returned to the meadow, they saw the sunflower standing strong. They buzzed around it in awe, noticing the little bee that had saved it. "Buzz, you're smaller than most of us, but you're stronger than we ever knew," one of them said. Buzz smiled shyly. Sometimes, being small means you can do things others might not notice. From that day on, the other bees saw Buzz differently. They no longer doubted his abilities and began to understand that no one is too small to make a difference. Buzz had proved that bravery and determination could change the world, one tiny bee at a time. And from that moment, Buzz knew that he wasn't too small to matter. In fact, he was just the right size to be a hero.